Hello, welcome to my Good Life meditation. My name is Kurt, and this is something that I do in the mornings to remember my life objectives and principles and to measure the quality of my life against those values. I do this every day, usually around the 6 a.m. hour, sometime between 5:30 and 6. Kind of zeroing in on the timing a little bit. The place still remains fluctuating a little bit. I'm going to try this bridge right here. I think I've got good 5G connection here in the mountains. Found a good little spot. It's also a place that's sufficiently removed from any population. That might be an Akia right there. There's a house there, but I don't think anybody lives there. We'll take just a stroll up there and take a quick look. I don't think anybody does. Anyway, welcome to new subscribers to the channel. It's good to have you here. Just quick disclaimer, I do talk about sensitive subjects in this video. So if you're not comfortable hearing about someone talk about his own plans for death, then maybe this isn't a good video to watch. Let me be quiet for just a sec. That is not an Akia, but if I climb up this little road here, it can be very private. So also a huge thank you to my those that watch my videos, with those who have become channel members, and those who support me on Patreon. Your contributions fuel my endeavors. I know I haven't been out doing much lately. I'm working, kind of holding off driving much to get my driver's license. But I can walk and bring you scenes like this. This is pretty nice. I think I've still got good connectivity. Anyway, let's get started in earnest. I'm going to do three things now. Review the last 24 hours to see if there's anything of note that was a challenge or an opportunity, or just to kind of weigh and measure the very quality of the, not the quality of the day, the weather, the climate of my life as I go through this change. Remember, this is my personal journal and diary, so you'll forgive me if I talk all about myself. As Thoreau once said, as he wrote in Walden, I would fain not talk so much about myself or anyone else I knew so well. Oh, here's a nice little spot too. There's a 1,300-year-old Buddhist temple right over there. Anyway, I'm also going to recite the 8 objectives of my creed, and then I'll tell you what I'm planning to do for today. So let's jump in earnest. And I do have a bit of a need to punctuate this a little bit. I've been invited to attend my neighborhood's morning exercise activity that's done at 6:30 in the morning. Literally in the neighborhood where I live, the oldsters in the area caught wind that there's a new retired couple in town, and they came calling yesterday with an invitation to my wife to join in some community activities, and for me to join in the radio exercise. I mean, Yumiko's welcome to do the radio exercise thing as well, but we kind of divvied it up. So I'm going to do that, and I want to do that. And Yumiko is going to, she seems kind of excited about the volunteer activity that she's going to be doing as well. Now, isn't this a nice spot? I hope the bandwidth, maybe if you guys could leave me a comment and tell me if we're getting good connectivity here. This is a banger of a place to do this exercise. So anyway, here we go. Yesterday was another good and productive day. I wouldn't call it a retired day. It's not like, because sometimes, you picture retirement as being this freedom, this endless freedom to do whatever the hell you want to do all the time. And that gets tiring after a while. That's nice. It's nice to have that always in your back pocket. You can always, the good thing, I guess, about being retired is you can, beyond the commitments that we make, like this commitment now to connectivity looks good. Tim, thank you, Tim. I appreciate this. I must still have the 5G. What a heck of a spot to do this video. Maybe this will be the new spot every morning. Because I walk up to, it's a mile from my house up to this village. This is called Hirasawa, and the Buddhist temple I mentioned. So, and usually I go back down the valley, but I run into people, but very few people hike beyond the temple. No one's gonna come up here. This is just a dead end. So I think I got a spot. Thank you for letting me know the connectivity looks good. And it is a nice view. Won't that be neat to see that change throughout the day, throughout the year? But it is slippery underfoot. Ew, so gotta watch out. all green tea back there. Anyway, and thank you for the feedback. I think I got two people, and Bo Kenvick said also good connection. Thank you. I appreciate both of you, Tim and Bo Kenvick, for your feedback. Very helpful. Tim will relate to this. He's retired too. It's nice to have at your back. Remember when you're working, or if you're still working, you have those days you're like, I just can't get it. This is just, not another day. It's nice as a retired person to have in your back pocket the liberty to say, well, then I'm going to cash that particular chip in. I've had enough of this today. But now that we are getting into our community, and especially now that we're in Japan, you know how they say, the devil finds idle hands, or the devil will find jobs for idle hands. You know how it is. The old sayings, nature abhors a vacuum. People are discovering that there's a retired couple hanging out of their house all day with nothing to do. And they literally came knocking on the door yesterday and seeking my wife out by name. They didn't try to hazard my name. There's more to the story than that. Maybe I'll share more later. It's interesting how the neighborhood connections work, right? You hear these stories in Japan about the foreigner walking through the village, and as they get to the end of the village, they meet somebody, and that person, they're just taking a walk through the village. That person says, I heard you were coming. Because the gossip network travels through the village, the foreign guy's on his way. It's not like they're, necessarily scared. They're not scared or anything like that. They're just, it's interesting. It's news, right? I mean, that's happened. I've had so many of my foreign friends tell me that, and I've had that happen here. And that's what happened that wound up in this thing. We actually had a chance encounter with someone in downtown Shizuoka over the weekend, which then wed through the gossip network that wound up in our neighborhood, literally the neighborhood that we live in, because it's designated as a group. And then one of the leaders in the neighborhood coming and knocking on our door. And actually, they started yesterday. I ran into them here, and they did approach me by name. They started with me. They met me on a walk. In fact, I just walked past them again. They were out walking this morning, and they talked to me, and they said, we're gonna come by and see your wife. So I was able to give Yumiko a heads up. I said, the neighbor elders are coming calling. Be ready. So Yumiko was very excited. So she was invited to I'll just give you a little more detail. It's interesting. This one woman, they're much older. They got to be in their early 80s. I see them. They do the same morning walk. The woman, she does volunteer teaches baking at the local junior high school, which is just up the street from us. And she came and asked my wife to help out in the baking classes, namely just to filter through the classroom to make sure nobody's chopping off their fingers. Yumiko seems to be very excited about this opportunity. So she's clocking in, she's gonna do that. And then they invited me to come join the radio exercise, which starts in about 15 minutes from now, a mile down the river. But I don't think that anyone's gonna do it because of the rain. They might. Maybe I should wrap this up and get down there and join them. I will. Let's do that because I don't want to miss it. So anyway, just to kind of summarize, yesterday was a good day. It wasn't a retire day. It was a work day. I was working. I was listing items in my store, working on the listing process, filling orders. I'm all sold out on the tea that I bought the other day. It's all gone. I have to go back and buy more tea. I'm really, really starting to churn, and it feels good. Man. So let's start going down the hill. Walk carefully and not slip. It feels really good to be doing something productive and engaging. It's kind of like, a smoker that, you see those smokers that give up smoking and they get those fake cigarette things and they're puffing on. It's not a cigarette, but it goes through the motion of a placebo, right? It's a placebo. I'm going through the placebo motions of work. But it's, oh gosh, guys, it's so much fun. I sit there in my little room, and if you've seen my live cam, it's just, I couldn't have picked out from the universe the more suitable place for me to exist up on that second floor above the mosquitoes, overlooking the bamboo grove with the sound of the river just so far away. Sorry if it sounds like I'm bragging, but I guess I am. It is phenomenal. And I sit there just in my shorts and listening to music and just, that is what the promise of retirement should be presented as, is the freedom not to, just be free, but the freedom to do what you want as you like for as long as you want. and then do something else, and that's done. As for the creed, here we go. 8 objectives. To be always ready to die, to make good and effective use of time, to develop and maintain good and sound life principles. I'm gonna hold the camera close to the house. To cultivate, nothing grates more, nothing makes people a little wigged out than to hear a full voice, lest a foreign voice walk you past their house at 6:15 in the morning. To develop and maintain good and sound life principles, to cultivate good emotional reactions, to perform Oh, they've got a produce stand. To develop and maintain, to perform good actions relative to my creed, to recognize true limits and true opportunities, to do just one thing at a time and do that thing slowly, carefully, and deliberately, and to keep my balance in the rain, in the slippery slope. I think we got a winner. That's the place to do it. So I'm gonna walk on a little bit and tell you what my plan for today is. I'm gonna repeat yesterday. Just gonna do the same thing I did yesterday. List, fulfill orders, work on my process, have a nice breakfast with Yumiko, lunch with Yumiko and Dad, dinner with Yumiko, walk the dogs 3 times. Maybe if I can get down in time and they're doing it, I'll do the morning exercise. Let's read the comments real quick. Bovanek commented about it's all beautiful and a good connection. Thank you. Tim commented also the connectivity was good. Should still be good. This is, I think it's 5G right here. I think they set it up so that there was 5G connectivity by the temple because, temple guests. Great view, Tim says. Bovanek says, Victor, is that your name? Oh, okay. Or you're talking about Victor, give me a flake, man. Robert says, hello to everybody. Tim says, I was thinking the same. Seeing the live view, the balcony view is the ideal. Watching nature pass, but no matter what you're doing in your day, kind of bliss. Yeah, it is. And Robert says hi to, Tim says hi to Robert. Oh, your name is Victor. Okay, very good. Thank you. Thank you for introducing yourself and welcome to the stream. And I can see your the green check mark. I really do appreciate that. Thank you so much, Victor. It's great to have you here. All right. In the village. Time for me to push the button and stop because I don't want to disturb anybody. Have a great day, everybody. Be safe and not too safe. Thanks, Victor. It's good to see you here. Bye-bye.